out to Warren for a wrestling meet between the Warriors and the Vikings. Here's Aiden Strawler with a nice takedown on Levi Wood. Warriors are down 32-27. Later in that match, Strawler gets the pin. He looked dominant in this one. He would go on to win the 11th match. And to the 12th match we go as Eric Carr. He's going to get the pin on Curtis Farrell, and Warren leads by 1 now. The Raiders would fight back, though, as Wyatt McPherson, he's got Jonathan Blair on the mat, gets the point here. McPherson would go on to take that match. Then the final match, Trevor Blair takes down Jacob Redlinski as Warren tries to make a comeback, but that wouldn't be enough as Redlinski would win the match, and River Valley takes it with a final score of 42-39.